On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched the largest amphibious invasion in military history. As American infantry soldiers approached the beaches of Normandy, each man carried a carefully selected set of equipment designed to support survival, mobility, and combat effectiveness. This loadout was the result of years of battlefield experience and reflected the realities of modern mechanized warfare. Every item had a specific purpose, from weapons and protective gear to food and medical supplies. The average U.S. infantryman stepped into history carrying more than 60 pounds of equipment, personal weapons, and ammunition. The primary weapon of the American infantryman was the M1 Garand rifle, a semi-automatic, gas-separated firearm chambered in .30-06. Springfield. It allowed soldiers to fire 8 rounds rapidly without manually cycling the bolt, providing a significant advantage over enemy forces using bolt-action reflex. Ammunition was carried in 8-round and block clips, which automatically ejected once empty. Some soldiers, particularly non-commissioned officers, and assault troops, also carried the M19111 .45 caliber pistol. This semi-automatic handgun was valued for its stopping power and reliability in close combat situations. For melee combat and utility tasks, soldiers carried the M1 bayonet, a 10-inch steel blade mounted to the rifle. It served both as a weapon and a tool for opening crates or cutting material, explosives and combat tools to engage fortified enemy positions. Infantrymen carried Mk2 fragmentation grenades, commonly known as pineapple grenades. These grenades were effective for clearing trenches, bunkers, and enclosed spaces. Digging tools were essential for survival. The M1910 T-handle entrenching tool allowed soldiers to dig foxholes quickly, providing protection from artillery and small arms fire. The tool was secured using a dedicated canvas carrier attached to the pack. Protective gear and uniform head protection came in the form of the M1 steel helmet, weighing approximately 3 pounds. Many helmets were fitted with camouflage netting to reduce glare and allow the attachment of foliage for concealment. The standard outer garment was the M1941 field jacket, made from lightweight cotton. While practical for movement, it offered limited protection against cold and rain, which became evident during the Normandy campaign. Underneath, soldiers wore the M1937 wool shirt and M1937 wool trousers. Wool remained effective even when wet, providing insulation against the cold coastal climate. Footwear consisted of Type 2 service shoes, ankle-high leather boots, often treated with waterproofing compound to protect the lower legs and keep debris out. Soldiers wore M1938 canvas leggings, tightly laced over the boots. Wool socks were a critical part of the uniform. Regular sock changes helped prevent trench foot, a serious medical condition caused by prolonged exposure to moisture. Load-bearing equipment. The backbone of the infantry loadout was the M1923 cartridge belt, a heavy canvas belt with 10 ammunition pockets designed to keep the rifle supplied during sustained combat. Attached to the belt were various pouches, including the M1942 first aid pouch, containing a Carlisle model first aid dressing. This dressing allowed soldiers to treat wounds immediately, reducing blood loss and infection risk. The M1928 haversack carried personal items, rations, and extra equipment. Its complex folding design allowed gear to be accessed without removing the entire pack, though incorrect packing could result in items spilling out. Water and hydration. Hydration was essential during prolonged combat operations. Each soldier carried an M1910 aluminum canteen, holding 1 quart of water. The canteen was stored in a felt-lined canvas cover designed to keep water cool through evaporation. Beneath the canteen was the M1910 canteen cup, used for drinking, cooking, shaving, and heating rations. Together, these items formed a soldier's basic field kitchen. Rations and food daily sustenance came from rations, compact meal boxers containing canned meat, biscuits, powdered beverages, and cigarettes. These rations were designed for high energy output during combat operations. For emergency use, soldiers carried the Russian chocolate bar, a dense, heterocysteine block designed to survive extreme temperatures. It was intentionally unappetizing to prevent casual consumption. The M1932 meat mess kit allowed soldiers to eat hot meals when available. It was stored in a dedicated pouch to reduce noise during movement, navigation, and communication. Folded map sections of the Normandy coastline were issued to infantry units, printed on thin, waterproofed paper. These maps helped soldiers navigate beaches, hedgerows, and inland objectives amid chaotic conditions. For low-light operations, the WW2 flashlight was standard issue. Its distinctive curved neck allowed hands-free use, and interchangeable lenses enabled discreet signaling at night. Chemical warfare protection. Although chemical weapons were not ultimately used during the invasion, soldiers were prepared. The M5 assault gas mask, designed specifically for the Normandy landings, was compact and lightweight. The gas mask was carried in a rubberized assault bag, worn high on the chest to keep it dry during surf landings. Soldiers also wore a gas detection brassard, a chemically treated armband that changed color in the presence of toxic agents. Amphibious assault equipment. Due to the dangers of water landings, soldiers wore the M19-6 inflatable flotation belt, activated by cartridges. It provided buoyancy if a soldier fell into deep water. Improper use, however, could cause flotation issues if inflated too early. To protect weapons during the landing, rifles were wrapped in waterproof plastic covers, preventing sand and salt water from damaging internal components. Soldiers could fire through the cover if necessary. Identification and personal items. Each soldier wore U.S. Army identification tags, commonly known as dog tags. These metal tags carried essential personal information, ensuring identification in medical or casualty situations. This equipment defined the American infantryman. On D-Day, every item reflected the harsh realities of amphibious warfare and the demands placed on soldiers entering enemy territory under fire. Together, this loadout represents one of the most iconic and historically significant combat kits ever carried into battle.